Jack Sock also in action later today with Jackie Kawamoto over on Showcase Court number 2. Catch that one around 1:45 p.m. on the Pickleball TV app. Nice ball from Donald Young, spreading the field, working Jack Sock to the forehand side of the court.
And that's actually a really good tactic. Good heavy forehand there by Donald, pressuring that forehand side so he can't just cheat over to protect the backhand.
0-1.
As Jack.
Side out.
Serve just deep there for Donald Young. Yeah, there's a line of thought out there to hit to the strength first, then open up the weakness, especially in singles.
1-0. Point. Two zero.
Too much Jack Sock. Donald Young tries to gain the edge from the kitchen. No such luck. 3-0 start for Jack Sock.
Jack's always been really good at getting back into the point, even though being down in the beginning of the point. He was able to do so off of that backhand chip by Donald, giving Jack a little bit more time to kind of counter with that forehand.
3-0.
Wow,
point.
Such impressive touch on the paddle of Jack Sock. Also had talked about that yesterday on just the world-class ability of Jack Sock to shape and wield his shots.
Point. Timeout.
Cross-court winner for Jack Sock, and that will force Sock much better start than we saw yesterday against Martin Emmerich so far.
Most definitely. He's nice and fluid right now, hitting the ball clean, taking control of the point early, as he did right there. Look to Jack for doing a little bit more of the same.
6-0. Point.
Jack there taking position of the court early, cutting that off with a short volley cross court. Not much Donald could do to get back into that point.
Seven zero. Point.
My goodness. 8-0 lead. Perhaps the close match against Martin maybe woke Jack Sock up ahead of this round of 32.
That was a good wake-up call for sure.
8-0. But
almost not Jack Sock in this position.
8-0.
Update from the JW Johnson match. He is up 5-4 in game number 3. Almost
9-0.
there for Marshall Brown to pull the upset. We'll see. We'll keep you posted.
Side out.
This ball from Donald Young, barely alive here in game 1. What does he need to do?
That's the smart thing for him to do, is approach off that backhand. Maybe hit a short angle to that backhand side or deep backhand approach by Donald, going cross court since he's a lefty to Jack's backhand.
0-9. Side out.
Complaining there about the ball sitting a little bit high because that wind factor we were talking about earlier. Thought that thing was going to drop a little bit more than it did.
9-0.
Oh my, not sure how that one stayed in. A battle of the forehands continue. Game point for Jack Sock.
Game point.
Speaking of dropping, that ball hooked hard with Jack's forehand. His forehand's always been known to have a lot of topspin there.
Yeah, that one was sailing until the last second.
Point game, 11-0.
Jack Sock gets the pickle over top. Will happen, especially with the thick field nowadays, which you are very familiar with. Do you think Jack Sock will win a gold medal this year?
It'll be a tough one. There's so many players coming out of the qualifiers that you haven't even heard of before, but have actually huge tennis careers or other, high-level athletic careers behind them that you're unaware of, but they're just great athletes
1-0.
coming pretty hot into the field. It'd be pretty tough for him. But with that touch right there, I mean, might be a different story. It's kind of underrated for his touches. You heard on the broadcast last night, great touch, known for his power game, but Jack's also got great feel.
2-0. Side out.
Of course, right after he kind of shanks that ball a little bit, but that's that wind factor that we were talking about earlier.
It's interesting because the wind doesn't feel super strong to me. It just feels like a very passive, light breeze.
0-2.
It's a little deceptive.
Side out.
The interesting thing about this facility, too, is I used to coach down there on that center court, and it's kind of like in a bowl, so it kind of collects a lot of the weather, like heat, the wind. There's a little bit different effect playing down there on center court. Look for another hard, deep serve by Jack.
Yeah, no mystery there. And
Point.
a blistering forehand to follow it on the third.
Donald's got to get that return to Jack's backhand now. Jack's looking for that forehand.
3-0.
If it's a middle ball or a forehand, Jack's going to hit a forehand with it.
And if it goes to the backhand corner, he'll find a forehand
Side
too, known to run around it.
But notice he missed wide there, trying to go a little bit too extreme with that run around.
0-3.
There we go.
Point.
So that's what Donald's going to have to do more of to get back into this match. Use both sides. That's the advantage that he has, being able to attack off of both wings, backhand and forehand.
1-3.
Wow. That is unbelievable stuff from Jack Sock. Smirks at the athleticism on display. So this is a matchup that can spark a lot of that tennis, pro pickleball conversation. Curious where you stand on it. Obviously, the battle will never end between those that are tennis purists and pickleball purists, but there's that thought in a moment. Just wide for Jack Sock. So I think Jack Sock not winning a gold as quickly as maybe the pro tennis community thought proves the stout talent at the top of the fields. What do you think?
Yeah, when I started playing, and then I saw Sam kind of come into the field, he was kind of one of the first to blaze that trail. And we didn't see him win anything. Then Jeannie kind of came in, and she hasn't won anything yet. So now you see Jack and Donald, and you're like, I wonder when someone's going to start to make that move into those medal rounds. And it's definitely an interesting conversation. But you see a lot of these legends of the past, like Agassi, like Graf, like McEnroe, like all doing some of those showcase matches, and you kind of wonder when that's going to start happening.
Oh,
went for the body shot. And it's funny because Jack did that in his doubles match yesterday.
Yeah, Nasty Nelson.
Yeah.
It's all over memes of pickleball in case you missed it. And he commented afterwards, I wasn't upset about it. It's just part of the strategy. So, hey, use it
1-3
to get a point. Stephen Madonia, the receiver of the Nasty Nelson.
Yeah.
After he bagged Jack Sock in the point prior, what a point there for Donald Young. Well played.
And he needs more of that kind of yo-yoing Jack from corner to corner, but he's got to make sure that Jack can't keep on running around that backhand or middle balls to take his forehand, and needs to take it to Jack earlier in the point. We're going to have to start here with a good deep serve on Donald's part. You've noticed he's missed some serves recently, so there we go. Yep.
Point.
Right off the bat, nice spinny serve. Yeah, it wasn't very
Referee
deep, but there's a lot of action on that ball. So,
the alcohol puts us at 3-3.
but we'll see what the refs say here.
After review the call on the court stands, the ball is out. Challenge is lost. No free challengers remaining. One free challenge remaining. We'll resume play at 3-3.
Jack was asking how close it was.
He always has to add another word.
Always gets the last contribution to the conversation.
3-3.
Notice how far back Donald stands on that serve. That's another thing that he does a lot that's kind of unorthodox. He takes a couple steps back and then takes a step in with a big loop on that forehand serve.
Why do you think that is?
He's trying to get more distance. A lot of power servers like to do that. They'll stand a little far back so you can hit harder and deeper into the court and still keep that ball in.
Side out.
Update from the draw. J.W. Johnson did indeed persevere over Marshall Brown in 3. He is moving on to the round of 16. Nice scramble at the kitchen for Donald Young. Takes hold of his first lead of the match.
And smart play by him on that part, hitting that forehand about 40% pace, making sure it stayed into the corner just because he had positioning of the court. Did not need to overhit that forehand. Smart play by Donald.
Side out.
Jack with a nice controlled passing shot forehand of his own.
So it'll be a Christian Elshon, J.W. Johnson round of 16 matchup. That's pretty fun. Could be a semifinal anywhere else. Nice.
Point.
Shuffle and put away by Jack Sock.
Four. Point. Five, 4. Side out. Four, 5.
Oh,
wow.
Too good, masterful work from Jack Sock.
Great inside-out passing shot by Jack. That was not an easy shot to execute there with that type of finesse.
I mean, you might even be able to read where it's going. In that case, maybe not so much with where
5,
his
4.
hips were facing, but such a way of commanding it.
Point.
Serve.
Timeout, receiver 6-4.
And timeout taken here by Donald Young, who's telling not of your choosing. To play with new partners can be a challenge or it can be a blessing.
Side out.
Side out. Donald Young takes it back. Jack Sock looks perplexed.
You can.
Asking if he could challenge that. I think he just wanted to try to see if the ref was.
Well, Jack Sock was ridiculed by one of our
4-6.
referees yesterday for not knowing the rules.
That's right.
So he is always a conversationalist with the referees.
You hear him saying there, you change the rule every week.
Always has something to say, doesn't he?
6-4.
Good spot
Side out.
for Donald Young. Winner of this one will get Tyson McGuffin or Anderson Scarpa in the round of 16 matchup. That will take place tomorrow.
That'll be another fun one with Jack talking,
4-6.
Tyson talking, both of them very personable characters.
Point.
Let's see if Donald can catch some steam here. A good approach shot on that last one with his forehand. See if he can keep aggression up, but also maintain his consistency. Start with this serve here.
5-6. Side out.
I know he wants that one back, trying to have first strike mentality there, but couldn't quite pull off that forehand down the line drive.
6-5.
Oh, too good. Donald Young 3 times to the forehand pocket of Jack Sock. Last one was a winner. Look at the wheels on this guy.
And that is something that Donald has had in his arsenal, even with tennis, with that backhand control. Really good placement, picking his spots, getting that grab, the rotation, the drop, the control. Great shot by him on that passer. Another one.
Skip off the tape, he'll take it. Tie game, 6 apiece. Much better outing for Donald Young the last couple of points. And get this, in the men's singles side of things, we've had 4 different champions in the last 4 events. In Atlanta, Ben Johns won it. He's not in the mix anymore, and this draw got knocked out by Rafa Leonard this tournament. Gabe Tardio winning in North Carolina. Spencer Johnson winning in Red Rock. Christian Elshon in Texas. There are no days off anymore in men's singles. Hard to predict a winner. Same story to be told in men's doubles. 4 different winners, or 3 different team winners in the last 3 events.
Speaking of winners, that cross-court forehand by Jack, something that has been a really deadly weapon for him that he's had in his pocket over some other players. It's a short attack ball cross-court with his both sides.
There too.
Seven, 6. Let. 7-6. Let.
Same spot twice in a row. Let's see if he can make that 3.
7-6.
Pauly welcomes Donald Young up, sends it high, and Jack Sock pounces for point.
So once again, that short take back on that backhand put away ball. He did a forehand one earlier, but that's a really good weapon to have in your back pocket, is that short take back with a quick squeeze and whip to put the ball away.
Eight, 6.
Oh, you knew that was coming, that ATP. He had that lined up, too.
And Donald looking to challenge whether or not that ball was in on the... He's going to challenge whether that ATP was out. I'm not sure why, because...
Referee timeout. We have a challenge of the out call. The out call puts us at 9-6. We'll now proceed to video
review. Take a gander at it, but I'm pretty positive that one was players like Annalie Waters and Ben Johns put on their bodies continuously, making runs to the final in multiple events. Here's Onisha Smith, who is waiting to inform us what we already know about the call.
Yeah, to your point, Michelle, about the body toll.
After review, the call on the court stands. The ball is out. Challenge is lost. No free challenges remaining. No free challenges remaining. We'll resume play at 9-6.
257 and 8 was the fact I wanted to throw out there, is the amount of matches Annalie Waters and Ben have been playing together.
9-6. Point. Match point.
Match point for Jack Sock, looking to make a run for the round of 16.
10-6.
Oh, just missed.
One game point saved.
6-10.
A little blessing off the tape for Donald Young. Last bit of life here. I think that ball was deep.
Side out.
From Sock's volley, no? Did it catch?
Harder to see from up here, but Donald doesn't seem to be.
I think he challenged the wrong wrong call there. Burned his challenge on the ATP.
Match
that
point.
Was well wide, and match point returns to Jack Sock.
10-6. Point game match.
It was high. Donald Young chose to hit it anyways, and Jack Sock runs away with the match in the round of 32, 11-0.